Yahweh continues the law for the sin offering for the soul that sin unwittingly. Wayikra, Leviticus chapter 5.
And if a soul sin, in that he heareth the voice of adjuration, he being a witness, whether he hath seen or no, if he do not utter it, then he shall bear his iniquity. Or if a soul touch any unclean thing, whether it be the carcass of an unclean beast, or the carcass of unclean cattle, or the carcass of unclean creeping things, and it be hidden from him, and he be unclean, then he shall be culpable. Or if he touch the uncleanness of man, whatsoever his uncleanness be, wherewith he is unclean, and it be hid from him, when he knoweth of it, then he shall be culpable. Or if a soul swear rashly with his lips to do evil, or to do good, whatsoever it be that a man shall utter rashly with an oath, and it be hid from him, when he knoweth of it, then he shall be culpable in one of these things. And it shall be, when he shall be culpable in one of these things, that he shall confess that wherein he hath sinned. And he shall bring for his culpability to Yahweh, for his sin which he hath sinned, a female from the flock, a lamb or a goat, for a sin offering, and the priest shall make atonement for him as concerning his sin. And if his means suffice not for a lamb, then he shall bring for his culpability for that wherein he hath sinned 2 turtle doves, or 2 young pigeons, to Yahweh, one for a sin offering, and the other for an ascending offering. And he shall bring them to the priest, who shall offer that which is for the sin offering first, and wring off its head from its neck, but shall not divide it apart. And he shall sprinkle of the blood of the sin offering upon the side of the altar, and the rest of the blood shall be drained out at the base of the altar. It is a sin offering. And he shall offer the second for an ascending offering, according to the ordinance, and the priest shall make atonement for him, as concerning his sin which he hath sinned, and it shall be forgiven for him. But if his means suffice not for 2 turtle doves or 2 young pigeons, then he shall bring his oblation for that wherein he hath sinned, the 10th part of a heifer of fine flour for a sin offering. He shall put no oil upon it, neither shall he put any frankincense thereon, for it is a sin offering. And he shall bring it to the priest, and the priest shall take his handful of it as the memorial thereof, and burn it on the altar, upon the offerings of Yahweh made by fire. It is a sin offering. And the priest shall make atonement for him concerning his sin that he hath sinned in any of these things, and it shall be forgiven for him. And the remnant shall be the priest's, as the grain offering.
And the rest of this chapter concerns the culpability offering, which section continues with the first 7 verses of the next chapter. And Yahweh spoke to Moshe, saying,
If a soul do treacherously, committing a treachery, and sin in inadvertence in the holy things of Yahweh, then he shall bring his culpability offering to Yahweh, a ram without blemish out of the flock, according to thy estimation in silver by shekalim, after the shekel of the sanctuary, for a culpability offering. And he shall make restitution for that which he hath done amiss in the holy thing, and shall add the 5th part thereto, and give it to the priest. And the priest shall make atonement for him with the ram of the culpability offering, and it shall be forgiven for him. And if a soul sin, and do any of the things which Yahweh hath commanded not to be done, though he knew it not, yet is he culpable, and shall bear his iniquity. And he shall bring a ram without blemish out of the flock, according to thy estimation, for a culpability offering to the priest. And the priest shall make atonement for him concerning his inadvertence, wherein he erred unwittingly, and knew it not, and it shall be forgiven for him. It is a culpability offering. He is certainly culpable before Yahweh.
And Yahweh spoke to Moshe, saying,
If a soul sin and do treacherously, committing a treachery against Yahweh, and deal falsely with his neighbor in a matter of deposit, or in a placing of a hand, an agreed partnership, or of robbery, or have oppressed his neighbor, or have found that which was lost, and deal falsely therein, and swear to a lie. In any of these things that a man doeth, sinning therein. Then it shall be, if he hath sinned and is culpable, that he shall restore that which he took by robbery, or the thing which he hath gotten by oppression, or the deposit which was committed to him, or the lost thing which he found, or anything about which he hath sworn falsely, he shall even restore it in full, and shall add the 5th part more thereto. To him to whom it appertaineth shall he give it, in the day of his being found culpable. And he shall bring his culpability offering to Yahweh, a ram without blemish out of the flock, according to thy estimation, for a culpability offering to the priest. And the priest shall make atonement for him before Yahweh, and it shall be forgiven for him concerning whatsoever he doeth, so as to be culpable thereby.